Number 15. Hoya Forest. This Romanian forest has a lot of things that are unexplainable about it. There is strange vegetation that grows in the forest, along with strange, uniform bends in the trees, as well as random areas where nothing will grow. People who have traveled in the forest have suffered from nausea, severe headaches, extreme anxiety, and in some cases, mysterious burns or scratches. Others have claimed that they were being watched and could hear crying and giggling coming from a distance. Multiple people have also claimed to see strange, glowing orbs in the forest. This is not a place to visit. Number 14. The Kabayan Mummy Caves. In the 1200s, a group of indigenous Filipino people would turn their dead into what's known as fire mummies. These mummies would be left in pods in multiple caves. Each cave had thousands of pods, therefore thousands were mummified. The Kabayan mummies are the best preserved on Earth. They can still be found in those caves today, forever frozen in their death positions. Number 13. Hellingly Hospital. At the beginning of the 20th century, the County Authority of East Sussex decided to build a new lunatic asylum. For 90 years, patients were lobotomized and electrocuted, many of which died while still patients in the asylum. It was abandoned in 1994, but was never demolished. The time passed did nothing but make the building more scarier, as it suffered from arson, vandalism, and theft. It has become a popular spot with urban explorers because you never know what lurks inside. Number 12. Lome Bazaar. In the West African nation of Togo, there is the Akodisiwa market. The people believe it's a place to cure what ails you, but it's seen to the rest of the world as a voodoo fetish market. Animal sacrifices are a big part of voodoo, so the stench of death is always in the air. Other accounts of this marketplace was a ritual of using ground up elephant feet and human heads to cure open wounds. Number 11. Cambridge Military Hospital. This hospital was active from 1779 to 1996, and it's safe to assume that millions of men died in this once fully functional hospital. After being abandoned for so long, this building is now horrifying. It was closed by the government due to the high costs of running the building and because of the asbestos in the walls. Number 10. The Sedlec Ossuary. When this church was being built, the ground was sprinkled with holy water. Because of this, thousands of people decided to choose this church as their final resting place. Due to the lack of space, the priest decided to incorporate the bones of the deceased into the building. There are around 70,000 people's bones that have been arranged to form decorations in the church. This includes a chandelier made entirely of bones, as well as the cup that the churchgoers drink wine from being made of bones as well. Number 9. The Moncel Sea Forts. They were built during World War II in order to help defend the United Kingdom. These 30-foot or 9-meter tall forts were decommissioned in the 1950s but still stand today. Since their decommission, they have been used for things like pirate radio broadcasts. They have been badly damaged by storms and serve their only purpose now of being an extremely creepy war memorial. Number 8. Snake Island. This Brazilian island is home to the viper known as the golden lancehead, which is one of the most venomous snakes in the entire world. There is a snake for every 3 square feet or 1 square meter, meaning there is always a snake that is no more than 3 feet or 1 meter away from you. This island is so dangerous that the Brazilian army has banned people from going to it, but people like snake lovers still do. Number 7. Centralia Mine. This one mining village is now abandoned due to a fire that has been burning below the streets since 1962, and no one is clear on how the fire started. There are 9 remaining people in Centralia despite the harmful fumes that are constantly in the air and the fact that the ground could collapse under the village at any time. Number 6. Suicide Forest. This is one of the most popular places to commit suicide in the world. The privacy of the woods along with the very high trees make this place where many Japanese citizens come to end their lives. Since this forest is so vast, not many of the corpses are found, making this the forest filled with dead bodies. Number 5. The Ridges. This asylum was made to contain Civil War veterans and elderly suffering from mental illnesses. but it soon got overrun with disorderly teenagers and epileptics. Methods of treatment included electroshock therapy, ice baths, and lobotomy. The biggest problem with the asylum was that the families of the patients that died almost always didn't have money for funeral costs. So instead, the corpses were buried around the asylum in numbered graves. There are almost 2,000 known patients buried there today. Number 4. The Gas Mask Island. In 2000, this Japanese island's main volcano spewed toxic gas everywhere. This forced all of the residents to evacuate, leaving the island completely abandoned. People were allowed back in 2005 under the one condition that they must carry gas masks at all times, in case the volcano erupted again, making this the one island where everyone wears a gas mask. Number 3. Body Farm. Body farms are where scientists study how a corpse decomposes under certain circumstances. This specific body farm has 100 corpses rotting out in the open at any time. The research is used to aid forensic investigators with murder cases, so the circumstances the bodies are decomposing in can be very disturbing. Number 2. Island of the Dolls. Don Julian Santana Barrera deserted his family to go live on this island. While there, he saw a young girl who had drowned in the lake. He later found a doll that he thought belonged to her, so he tied it into a tree as a sign of respect. Barrera continued to hang dolls in the trees for almost 50 years. In 2001, Barrera was found drowned in the same place as the young girl, and what's left of the island is a tribute of decomposed dolls with eyes and limbs missing hanging from the trees above. Number 1. The Catacombs. Under the streets of Paris are tunnels made in the 18th century from the bones of almost 7 million corpses. The decision was made because the cemeteries were so overfilled in Paris at the time that flesh was dripping into the nation's water supply. Looking around, you would immediately see that the walls are made of human skulls and other bones, and these walls go on for miles.